I feel much more confident than I did in the beginning, that's for sure. Um, I think I feel pretty confident to try them out and to try and explore using them further, and just the fact that I know what's available and how to use them is really good.
Am still feeling my way through it. Not as confident as I thought I may have been, but I'm working towards it.
I think I'm getting more confident with using the new technologies, and I'm gaining more confidence just with the fact that I've been playing with them. It's given me more confidence to try. Yeah.
I feel a lot more hopeful that I will actually eventually be more au fait with it, whereas once upon a time I was like, oh my god, that's just another planet for me. So in terms of the potential that it's unleashed, but my confidence is still not that good, but I'm confident that I'm capable.
Because I didn't realise that there were more to learn about how I could utilise it in my everyday, well, not teaching, but my everyday working situation, and especially in setting up for, we're planning towards lessons.
Yeah, because I thought it was something I could never do. Yeah, I was like, oh man, I can't do this stuff. This is really too hard. But actually, it's a different type of learning.
Yeah, I think actually it has, because it's made me realise that you don't have to go off and do a diploma in computer technology or anything like that to be able to access some of the tools that can help you to create awesome presentations. And creating a blog was a mind-blowing experience for someone like me who's a real computer plebe. And to see just how accessible technology is becoming with the right support. I wouldn't like to sit at home and try and do it, but to have that community of practice and somebody who's right there with you just gives you the confidence to have a go.
We had a 1 hour session every Friday afternoon, and that was really good to just have a 1 hour controlled session where we knew what we were talking about. We could just dip into that technology and try it out for an hour. That worked really well. It wasn't too much and it wasn't too little. And I think we just supported each other in the fact that nobody took it too seriously. It was just kind of a learning adventure for all of us, and we could laugh about our mistakes. And we could sort of help each other after the hour session, so we might sit down together in someone's office and try and figure out the blogs a bit more, or help each other to do a blog entry or something like
that. And the way we all supported each other as well, and that actually it's funny, but it built different relationships amongst us as well, because we were in a different context, and it's like the kaiako akonga model, as it were, where we were learning teaching at the same time. And yet, when we are not in there, we don't seem to follow that through outside of those workshops. So I think if it was me, I'd like to see more of those, or I don't know if longer periods of a workshop would work, or whether it would be better to have just maybe 2 or 3 a week as opposed to 1 a week. But the idea of supporting each other outside of those workshops hasn't really sunk, well, not to me anyway, it hasn't sunken in yet, that actually you should go online and discuss with each other and things like that. Still actually haven't done that yet. So
yeah, I like the idea, but I would prefer perhaps maybe 1-to-1. There's just so much to learn.
I was thinking for our students, because they're learning to be teachers, definitely I can see the potential for blogs, because blogs are quite close to portfolios that we already ask them to do, but with a much more potential for a social aspect, to share reflections and dilemmas and things with each other, and to contribute to each other's knowledge. So that's something that we'll definitely look into. And video sharing, I think, for similar reasons, that there's the potential there for us to tape scenarios of teaching and use them in an online way to get students to comment or to reflect on that particular teaching practice or to get feedback. And also, I can really see the potential of wikis in terms of being quite close to discussion groups that we already have with students in an online way. So getting students to build a shared understanding of a particular topic, whether it be a theory of learning or some sort of political topic that they're talking about, but to shape their kind of knowledge and understanding together through a wiki. So those are the three that I think have the most potential for it.
And I really like what we were doing. Wiki, yeah, I liked Wiki, yeah. And the YouTube thing, I thought, wow, that's, it kind of blew me away really, that it was so accessible, and it was something I thought that would, was something out of my thinking really.
But the thing that excites me is what I'm doing all of this for was actually from our very first workshop when we spoke about the music one that can follow on from this one. There is so much as an educator, it's opened up for me, that the potential as an educator. When I came into the group, when I signed up for the deal, as it were, that I was conscious about, it wasn't in the forefront of my mind, but since being involved in these communities of practice, I've been thinking more and more about the future of the classroom and the role of the teacher. And how is technology, there's always two schools of thoughts, but it's just left me now with just some food for thought.
I think I want to use that more once I'm confident enough to go in and out of windows and coming through the process. It's actually the process of going in and coming out that's where the confusion is. But I suppose if we put into practice, like an everyday kind of thing, it will come naturally to you. Yeah, like hopefully, like using it in your email. Yeah.
Probably as a team we may discuss it in our team meeting about using it. I already have this idea in my head about blogging.
The one that I have already used was the blog. The other thing is how it excites the students. It's technology turns people on. That's what I've noticed they seem to engage so much more with it, and I noticed that from the very outset after my very first blog posting, and there was something on it that was relevant. I was doing health factors, and there was something that I'd posted that health reform thing that was relevant in the context of discussion, and I clicked on. I said, have a look at this. This is a posting that I've just done, and they just became so inspired. So I showed them another couple of things, and I did another. I showed them how you could just what the potential was for it, and it was the way they responded that first got me thinking about the ability of that as another teacher in the classroom in its own right, which scares me. It could make me redundant one day, but anyway, it's exciting for the learner. Looking at it as a learning tool, it's exciting. So for me, I guess the biggest learning that I've done so far isn't so much how it can assist me as a teacher, but how it assists the learner, how it engages the learner is probably one of the unforeseen outcomes for me of being in this workshop.